Hi everyone, this is Rebecca's Adventures in Japan. This covers John and I's third week on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And for those of you keeping track at home, this is video number 8. I apologize that we haven't been doing more videos, but we haven't really been doing all that many interesting things. Or if we do, we don't have time when we get home to tell you about them because they do give us homework to make sure that we are proficient enough in what they taught that day to move on to the next lesson. We're already on chapter 5 in the Genki Japanese textbook. This is the same textbook we used for Japanese in the fall when we took Japanese, and in 6 months we got up to chapter 6. When we got to Japan and tested, we tested at level 1, but that's okay. It's been a lot of reviewing, actually. It's been extremely helpful. After chapter 7, there is a test, and we do on average a chapter to a chapter and a half a week, and we finished chapter 4 on Monday, and we started chapter 5 on Tuesday, which means that we probably will start chapter 6 Monday or Tuesday of next week, and we'll test probably in our 5th week here, which would leave 4 weeks after that. I'm a little anxious about exams. They do give us like these little tests, like vocabulary tests. I don't know how much they actually count for anything. I don't necessarily always do so well. Today was a good accomplishment though. I got 6 out of 10 and I didn't answer one question. So it was really 6 out of 9. Normally I get like 4 or 5. So I am making progress and I am studying. I'm going to make flashcards at some point. I bought all the supplies, now I just have to do it. This video covers Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, as I said. On Monday, we went to school, and it was the last Monday for one of my friends, and her one request while she was here in Japan was that she wanted to go to karaoke, and I can't say no to karaoke. So we went with another friend and her friend who's Japanese, which was extremely helpful, and went to karaoke. We only went for about an hour because my friend needs to be back with her host family by a certain time for dinner. So that was pretty cool for an hour. I sang Let It Go and Seasons of Love from Rent, and I sang Bring Me to Life by Evanescence. It cost about 1,000 yen. That was with the 600 yen for the hour and 380 yen for the soda. I don't know why I bought a soda, but it was melon soda. And as I said at the Gundam Cafe, I like melon soda. So when we got back to school, it was about 5:15, 5:30, because we ended school at 4 o'clock on Monday. So at 5:30, it's the middle of rush hour here, so John and I decided to kill some time. We ran some errands, and we found those arcades I was talking about that were in like the ones in Odaiba. They didn't have anything all that interesting in their crane games, so we kind of just left. Then we were hungry, and we kind of walked around Shinjuku, which is where the school is, for quite a while, maybe 15-20 minutes. And we had almost given up when we passed this mall. I think it's called Ram Mall or Ramu Mall. I'm not sure. And I saw a familiar sign, gyu-kaku. Now I have seen it in other places, but there was a variety of things going on, so we didn't go. And it's kind of expensive. So we had passed a bunch of places that were pretty cheap, where like they had ramen that was 600 yen or 700 yen, or they had like tonkatsu for like 800 yen. And I was like, I'm not up for any of this. So we ended up at gyu-kaku, where it was 2,900 yen each. But for that, you got a lot of food. We chose gyu-kaku because we were hoping we'd be able to recognize some of the items on the menu, because we are frequent eaters at gyu-kaku in White Plains. We eat there probably at least once a month, if not twice, depending on our budget for the month. So, it was a totally different experience. They did have an English menu, but they didn't have anybody on staff that night that spoke English. We decided to get that $2,900 price meal because it was a set meal, which means we wouldn't have to do very much ordering. They had a similarly priced one where you could have all you could eat, but we figured we'd probably order only like one time because we have difficulty ordering. So we got this set, and it still was kind of difficult. Our appetizer came at the very end. We kind of just picked some random meat. Some of it, we're not quite sure what we ordered, but that's okay. It was still good. Really, probably the best meal we've had since we've been here. Even better than that $20 each sushi we had that first day we were here. After dinner took quite a long time. We sat down at about 6, and we didn't get out till about 7:45, so we just headed home. And it was great because the train was empty. I like that. I got to sit, I think. On Tuesday, we had our pop culture class after school, where we made these little cute dioramas, or dioramas, however you want to call it. We had a guy come who works for Bandai. He does like scenery construction and dioramas like this one, which was pretty cool. John, you want to show your diorama? And this is John's. Lots of glare. There you go. I like John's a little bit better than mine. That took about 2 hours to make. It's a process where you use a special paint, like chalk paint, and you paint and then you dab, and then you paint again and then you dab, and when you're done with the color you dry. So I have black, like reddish brown, dark green, light green, yellow green, red. You can't really see the red. And it's just a process of dabbing. There's some pictures of us painting that our teacher took for us because clearly we were painting, we were wearing gloves. I ended up having to take the gloves off because I have small hands and the gloves were really big. So my fingers were like floating, so it was really hard for like the first hour till I took them off. But it was a lot of fun, and there was a lot of new people in pop culture. Which leads me to today. It's Wednesday here, almost Thursday. But today, as I was talking about on Sunday, the pop culture class went to Akihabara and the AKB Cafe. John and I did not. They had told us back on the first day, when we had signed up for the classes, that there was one day, which was July 1st, where we would be in traditional culture class versus pop culture class. We had forgotten. And it says pop culture on our schedule. And when we got downstairs, we were going to traditional culture. I was a little bit bummed because I had really psyched myself out for the AKB Cafe and to hang out with my friends after. And meeting people here is difficult because most foreigners, like myself, don't have the ability to make a lot of phone calls because it costs a lot of money, or they don't have internet access or texting. It really depends on your phone plan. I lucked out. I have unlimited texting and unlimited internet usage, so I can kind of communicate wherever I am, but it's 20 cents a minute to talk, which is still not bad, but service isn't that great, but I did get to speak to my friend a couple of days ago on Viber for about 10 minutes, and Viber is free, so that was pretty cool. So instead we went to zojo-ji Shrine, I think is what it was called, and it's right near Tokyo Tower, and it took a little while to get there, and we got turned around and got on the wrong train. But when we got off the train, I was still feeling a little bummed out, to be honest, about not going to Akihabara. Not that we won't get to go to Akihabara on another day or after school on a Monday or Friday, not this Friday, but any other day. We could probably go to Akihabara. But we would never have known about this shrine. So that's really the upside, I think. This shrine was from the Tokugawa shogunate, and it was destroyed first in the early 1900s due to an earthquake and rebuilt, and then destroyed during World War II when they bombed Tokyo. They rebuilt the shrine again, rebuilt this beautiful bell, and all of the different types of memorials. So they have a memorial for maternity to pray for healthy children, and they have in like the shop in one of the shrines you can buy windmills or bibs and hats to put on the baby statues. It was actually really pretty, and there's like hundreds of them. Like we saw like 15 of them, and we thought, oh, that's it, that's nice. But then we kept walking, and there was just more and more and more and more and more and more and more. It was beautiful out. It was beautiful, the shrine, but it wasn't really beautiful out. It was raining, and so it had been raining really shortly prior to our visit, so the ground was really muddy and wet. So it was like you couldn't stop and sit down or anything to enjoy the sights around you. We went into one of the shrines that was free because you have to pay like a donation or a, I'm not really sure what they call it here. Let's go with donation to the temple to pray. You paid to pray, I guess. So this one shrine was okay, and they had a little gift shop. I didn't buy anything because I want to save buying things at shrines and temples for Meiji Shrine. But then we went to the Tokugawa Shogunate Cemetery, which is open to the public. You can actually go into the cemetery. But that actually means just the gate. You can go in, but it's an extra 500 yen that the school didn't pay for. It was rainy and wet and muddy, and we didn't go in. But we did get some really cool shots of this shrine with Tokyo Tower. I don't know if we'll go up. John and I will go up in Tokyo Tower. It is kind of expensive, and I'm pretty sure there's probably a wait for that. But we did get some really beautiful pictures. And another great upside is that this place was about 5 minutes walk from our a train station that had our train that would take us right home. So the commute only took like 25, maybe 30 minutes tops. So we got home rather early tonight. That's why I'm able to do a video. It's late now, but I was able to do homework and have dinner and take a nap because I haven't been sleeping well during the night. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It turned out to be not such a bad day. And signing out. Peace.